Well, that was classy. We start with me rubbing my eyes. So that's a good way for us to start. I am going to share this live stream, and and then we'll just start chatting about various things. It's Wednesday. It is September 16th of the fine year of 2020. What a year it has been. All right, let's go up here. Hey, Jim. Nice to see you. Hey, Eric. It's nice to see you. I am at least 2 weeks older. It's Wednesday, as I said. It's September 16th. It's 2020. I'm in Austin, Texas, as I tend to be, but not always. As we know, I am going to play some songs. I am going to talk about things. I am going to hope. Hey, Ann. I hope that the computer does not overheat while I'm doing this. Hey, Larry. I hope that we have enough Wi-Fi, because this is the first time that we're trying to do this on a day when the kids are in school, and the girls are in school virtually, as is the case here in Austin. And so the question of whether the Wi-Fi signal will support us for the duration of this adventure, well, that will be an interesting one, won't it? Won't it? We'll see. We'll just have to see. If you are here, as many of you have done already, if you are here and you are willing to drop a hello in the comments, that helps. If you are, if you're really enthusiastic about my music, share this stream with your friends. If you're on YouTube and you haven't subscribed on YouTube, that would be awesome. And if you want to leave a tip, you go right ahead. But I would frankly be totally cool with you instead donating to the Health Alliance for Austin Musicians, HAM. And whatever you would have given to me, give that to HAM. Or donate it to a political candidate, or a voting rights cause, or something like that you would support. Money's scarce. So it is September 16th. It is 12:01 p.m. My brother Chris it is his birthday today. Hi, Ann. Hey, Dan. It is my brother Chris's birthday today. Where we are right now. Where Chris is right now, however, it's not his birthday anymore. But happy birthday to Chris. I am going to start with a song that he inspired. It really has very little to do with him in reality, but it's a song that he inspired. And so we'll take it from there. If you have a song that you really would like me to play, I will try to play it. I will, toward the bottom of the hour, try a new thing, and I think I'm going to play a couple new songs toward the bottom of the hour. So if you have a limited amount of time that you have devoted to this whole endeavor, perhaps leave the stream and come back. Or you can watch it later at your leisure. Well, this song is called Steady Rain. I knew this woman from Holland. Moscow back in '93. Her name was Anita, but she spelled it with an extra T. It was the wettest June on record, and we pretty much stayed inside. 2 T's Anita said it was good for the farmers, and I'll allow that she was right. Well, you asked me what I was doing back there back then, and I know that I can't say. The only thing I can rightly recall is, oh, the steady rain. I did some work in Samarkand, in Almaty, and Ashgabat. I don't think it rained once. All those months, man, sometimes I just don't get this job. You could send me to Northern Europe. I'd be happy just to ride a desk. Maybe reconnect with 2 T's Anita. That is, if she ain't married yet. 25 years is a good long run. Maybe I'll just walk away. I don't think they would let me go on account of the steady rain. Well, they say that I'm indispensable, and I'd like to believe that is true. Yeah, but the front lines of this would ever take a toll. Some days I just can't shake these trade craft blues. Oh, no, no, no. I heard from my little brother this morning. He lives in Franklin, Tennessee. He knows better than to ask me about the work that I do, but he does because he thinks it bothers me. Tangier is better than Kiev was. Kiev was better than Tomsk. Well, my next tour might be Odessa. I hear that's where my people came from. It beats a stint in a suit at Langley, where it's all just shades of gray. I'll just stand out here in my Macintosh coat amidst the steady rain. The steady rain. The steady rain. Steady rain. That song is called Steady Rain. Eric from the Netherlands comments and notes that it's a typical Dutch expression that it's good for the farmers. Eric, I was in Moscow in 1993, and it was a very rainy June, um, and um, and the character who kind of didn't really inspire Anita, but who kind of gave me this notion of this person, Anita, when it was raining, she would say it was good for the farmers. So there you go. What was kind of neat to me about the Netherlands, there was so much that I loved about the Netherlands when I was on tour there last June. But what's amazing, what blew me away, was as you get closer to the coast in the Netherlands, there are just miles and miles of massive greenhouses where they grow crops. I'm not sure what exactly they grow, probably a little bit of everything. But it was just kind of like a little way that they adjusted to their environment, and since they're Dutch, I would suspect that they did it in an environmentally responsible manner. So here we are. It is Wednesday, September 16th. I am streaming live on YouTube. I am streaming live on Facebook. I am very happy to be with you today. Here in the middle of September, it is starting not to cool off so much here in Austin, but it's not quite as hot, which is cool, and makes this a little bit less of a trial for me, sitting out here in the sun with you, because when I do this, I put on my clothes. I wear pants and boots and everything, because that's what we do when we perform. There's no set list. There are a couple things I'm planning on doing. If there's something you want to hear, let me know in the comments and I will do that for you. What's going on here? As I noted, it is we are in the second week of school now here in Austin. So everybody's real busy, and so that's good. It's good to be busy, I guess. I finished that massive biography of Lyndon Johnson called Master of the Senate. It was wonderful. I have moved on to Bel Canto by Ann Patchett, and that is amazing. I kind of want to read it like one word per day, because I don't ever want to finish that book. We're watching a Netflix show called Giri Haji, which is so it's called Giri Haji. It is it's just so good. If look it up, Giri Hagi, Duty Shame. It takes place in Tokyo. It takes place in London. I think you would really, really like it. And you're like, well, there are a few of us here. How do you know we would all like it? You would all like it. It's just really compelling. I'm almost done with Macbeth. You know, it's funny. It's the last of kind of the great tragedies that I am. It's the last of the great tragedies that I'm reading. I read Hamlet forever ago, and Romeo and Juliet, and King Lear, and Othello. You know, they didn't make me read Macbeth in school, and I'm kind of seeing why. It's not quite at the level of those other ones. I feel like there just isn't the character development, I guess. Or maybe it's just been so long since I read Shakespeare. Maybe it's shorter. Maybe I'm reading a shorter. I don't know. My friend Ramsey has asked me to play Anika. So we are, and given that we're in literature mode, I will do that. If I had a wooden leg, you'd steal it and leave me stuck up in a hayloft all alone. If I were Heathcliff, you'd forsake me and then haunt me as a ghost when you were gone. Well, I must have had it coming, I can't for sure say how. It's strange I have this stubborn wish you were right here with me now. I have fault lines etched across my heart like the cracked up perfect patchwork of the Mona Lisa. And the deepest cut of all belongs to you. Yes, it all began with you, sweet Anika. Sweet Anika. If I were Jake, you'd be Lady Brett. Your ways would leave me desperate and beguiled. If I were Earth, you'd be the temptress moon, sending light across 250,000 miles. I guess I fall in love too easy and I move on too slow. But some broken things just stay broke, yeah, that's the way it goes. And I have fault lines etched across my heart like the cracked up perfect patchwork of the Mona Lisa. And the deepest cut of all belongs to you. Yes, it all began with you, sweet Anika. Oh, sweet Anika. There's a mosquito. Yes, the mosquitoes are out because it rained here in Austin like an incredible amount last week, with great speed. If you notice in the background, there's some green grass back there that maybe wasn't there before. It's because of the rain. What in the world was I going to talk about? So that song is called Anika. It is track 5 on my second record, Tex. The name Anika I stole from a person, the first person who ever broke my heart, actually. We were 6 years old, and she kissed me in our first grade classroom, and a lot of you have heard the story of that. She then denied that she had done it. She went on to have a very successful career on Broadway. She was nominated for a Tony Award in 2014, and was the nanny or babysitter of one of my favorite people and performers, and somebody who I've played shows plural, Willa Mammoth. So when the first show that Willa attended of mine, I played Anika and introduced it, and she was surprised that there was a song about Anika Larson. It's not really about her. It's just she has a great name. A lot of people have broken my heart over the years. I felt the need to write a song about that. And it came together over the course of a couple weeks, and Anika's a cool name, and it just worked. So that's all of that business. If you wanted to know, maybe I don't know if you did want. I don't know. It's 12/18. It's September 16th, and we have a new friend on this live stream, and here it is. I need to figure out a way to position this so that you will be able to see it. There's BB. But this is an owl. There was an owl who joined us on our live stream in Los Angeles, and I got such a kick out of it that this owl was sent to me here. And it patrols our backyard table. We'll see if it scares the grackles away come grackle time here in Austin. But it's mostly just a nice companion to have, and it's nice for me to know that he or she is here. You won't see. I need to figure out a way to position the owl so that you will be able to enjoy the owl for the duration of the live stream. The owl doesn't talk. The owl isn't real, but I like to think it's real. It has, many owls have kind of menacing looks on their faces because they're about to kill things. This owl just kind of looks more pandemic appropriate, right? This owl to me looks like it is, forgive me, scared shitless about what's going on in the world, politically, public health-wise. That's what I think is going on with this owl. So it doesn't have that kind of menacing, threatening look. It's not that big, but here it is, and again, it's gonna be in live streams going forward. It's just gonna be a question of how and where it's gonna pick its spots. I don't think it has a name. I might have named it something, but I don't know what. I really don't. You can nominate names. I probably won't take your nominations because I like to name things. We name our cars. We have a little 2009 Honda Fit. That's Daisy. And we have a 2015 Toyota Venza. That's Lady. Lady replaced my favorite car ever, which was a Jeep Grand Cherokee that we moved here in. And that car was called Jake because it was a Jeep. Jake. There you go. I am going to tune a little bit. I did a long Twitter thread about tuning because there have been some people on Twitter yelling at artists for tuning during shows, and I think they don't quite understand that when you use a capo, it changes the string tension, and so maybe they just want people to play out-of-tune shows. I don't know. I'm going to play the Flannery O'Connor song. The song is called Andalusia, and I want to talk about it a little bit. Flannery O'Connor was a short story writer in the 20th century, and she was diagnosed with lupus at the age of 26 and told that she had 8 months to live. She lived for another 13 years, and in that 13-year period wrote most of the work that has made her really an author in the literary canon. She was devout Catholic and a little bit on the conservative side of things. Somehow along the way, she became, after she passed away, she became a rallying point for conservative people and right-leaning people in the literary world, in academia, and just in society. Which amuses me to no end because her stories are so dark and so full of just the worst elements of humanity and people thinking sad thoughts and being disappointed. So why would they decide that she was going to be the rallying point? I don't know. Yeah, so that's so that happened. So there was this company that made a documentary about her, that after they found out I wrote the song, or maybe I reached out to them or something, they made a documentary about her, and they have a Twitter feed. But they're really, really conservative. And so after, was it Jacob Blake, who was shot in Wisconsin, they started putting up posts about the fact that he had a warrant out for his arrest. And I kind of took issue with that. I took issue with that. Nobody deserves to be shot in the back 7 times. And they blocked me on Twitter. So that was a proud moment in my life. This followed, a couple months ago, there was a story on, in the New Yorker about the fact that Flannery O'Connor was maybe a little bit more racist than we thought at the time, based on a couple of letters and that kind of thing. And the response from this universe of conservatives that really admire her was, no, we always knew she was a big racist. This is wrong. You can die in that ditch if you want. So I am hearing the fan on this computer. It's working hard, which is not surprising. So we could lose this signal at any moment. What I am going to do, however, because I don't know quite why it isn't working, is I am going to reset our power here. So I'm going to be off screen for a couple minutes. I'm going to try to put the owl in the seat, and I'm going to try to reset the outlet out here, because I feel like part of it is there it is. There we go. Part of it is, I think that part of the power, the fan issue is that we're on battery power. So let's see if we can fix that. So I didn't have to reset the outlet. What I had to do, y'all, is I had to take the power connector on the Mac and actually plug it into the Mac, because I hadn't done that when we started out here. This is my gift, my organizational gift for you in action. Let's see how we do. If we overheat, we'll figure it out. But so, after that long, lengthy, way longer than you perhaps wanted, introduction about the Flannery O'Connor song I wrote called Andalusia, well, I think I'm going to play it. Gosh darn it. I was sitting in an office at Peachtree and Pine on a Tuesday afternoon, and the doctor made a steeple with his fingers. It was 2 p.m. and he smelled like gin. He had a spot on his tie. His white coat was wrinkled. He said 8 months, maybe more if you linger. Well, I sat there with my hands in my lap. He said, honey, I sure hope I didn't confuse you. I like to think I was somewhat matter of fact. I said, I guess I'll just go home to Andalusia. Look at me, in a rocker on the front porch. Well, the peacocks strut and holler in my head. 10 years gone in Baldwin County, Georgia, and by the grace of God, I'm still here. It's a white clapboard house out on 441, red clay rolling hills. Nothing gothic or grotesque, in my opinion. Yeah, the red bugs feast on my messed up blood. I got aluminum legs and horn rim glasses, and I write for 3 hours every morning. Yes, I sit there with my hands in my lap, just hoping I ain't nowhere close to used up. Got a brand new bull in the pasture out back. Yeah, he's penned up here with horse at Andalusia. Look at me in a rocker on the front porch. Well, the peacocks strut and holler in my head. 10 years gone, Baldwin County, Georgia, and by the grace of God, I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still here. So that song is called Andalusia. I gave it a very lengthy introduction that you may have heard. And now I think we are going to enter what I would call some turbulent waters. I'm going to try something new. I have no idea how this is going to work. And then after I do that, I'm going to play a couple new songs. It's going to get crazy in here, or out here, or wherever. Crazy. So I have a harmonica rack. This is a problem. Or maybe you think it's not a problem. Maybe you think it's an opportunity or a challenge. I think it's a problem. But so I've been messing around with this, and I have no idea how this is all going to work. Yeah, that's right. Uh-oh, Claudia. I hope you're doing all right, Claudia. I hope that I really hope that them sending you back to work in the building isn't causing you a ton of unnecessary stress. I'm sorry it has to be that way. Claudia is a librarian at the Crockett High School here in Austin, Texas, and her posts about kind of how haphazard the going back to school process was over the summer, I think really opened a lot of eyes I think it really did. So we're thinking of you, Claudia, and you're on the front lines, and I really appreciate it. I should tune, right? I mean, I think I should tune. So Claudia, if you're experiencing stress, you might not want to watch the next couple minutes, because this is gonna freak everybody out, I think. This is gonna freak everybody out. And I probably need a new tuner battery or get this darn thing in the shade or something, because I'm just not. Why am I tuning? Because I have a harmonica and I want it to sound not horrible when I play along with it. Well, it's gonna sound not great. Maybe it'll sound great, I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna go, y'all. This is Dull Women Keep Immaculate Homes, or an iteration of it. Well, Grandma June and Grandpa Joe lived up in Dutchess County. They had a tiny house with a big old piece of land. And that house was filled with books and sculptures and papers and paintings that take an MFA to understand. Well, sometimes Grandpa Joe, he'd almost lose his temper. He'd say, June, this house is looking like a war zone. She'd put her hands on her hips, tilt her head to the left and say, dull women keep immaculate homes. Well, Grandpa Joe passed, and oh, how she missed him. That tiny house became a shrine to their love. And then she started adopting dogs and cats and hamsters. They kept her company along with the good Lord up above. But Daddy didn't like it, not for one single second. He said, Mama, what on earth is going on? She put her hands on her hips, tilted her head to the left and said, dull women keep immaculate homes. And she said, oh, I've been so blessed. Yeah, there's joy in this life and you can find it if you want to make a mess. We lost Grandma June a year ago November. I hadn't cried like that since I was just a kid. We all met up at Uncle Milton's and drank and sang together, told off-color jokes like Grandma June would have did. Then we buried her in the cemetery right next to her beloved, and Daddy wouldn't say just what he put on her gravestone. I read that epitaph, and there etched in granite was, dull women keep immaculate homes. Dull women keep immaculate homes. That bird, the jay, was right on it. There's a dog. There's a dog in the yard next to us, and it's barking, and it's looking at me, and I'm looking at it. It's a cute dog. It's a little kind of puppy Boston Terrier, and I can't remember its name. So we have gotten through the harmonica experiment. I don't know how that went. If we're gonna be straight with each other, I don't know. But it's fun. It's fun. Isn't that kind of the point? Do you hear the dog? Can you hear the dog barking? Do you hear that? I don't know. If you can, that's good. That means this little Apogee mic has a nice wide range, that its large diaphragm is picking up the noises of a very good dog over there. I can't remember its name though. Okay, so I have new songs, and I am going to burden y'all with some new songs. The first one I'm going to play is the first song in a brand new notebook, which is always a risk. And I literally just wrote the last part of it about an hour ago. So it'll change. It'll probably be different. I don't know if I'm going to do it justice. But for those of you who are North Jersey people, the name of this song, if there are any of you on there, the name of this song is Musconetcong River. We'll see what the dog thinks of Musconetcong River. So I'm going to try this out because these live streams are about me keeping fresh, me trying some stuff out on you. That dog really, I'm not sure what it thinks it is accomplishing over there. All right, I have no idea what's going to happen here. The song is called Musconetcong River. Out on the Musconetcong River, well, she kissed me for the first and final time. And as best as I remember, yes, I do believe that we both closed our eyes. Copper tone and pink Kool-Aid, country time, the memories fade. I'm not old yet, I'm just older. Oscar Mayer, Dairy Queen, Reggie Jackson, A&P. And how it might have been if I told her. Well, I just shrug and sigh. In a garden state of mind. She took my hand there for a second, and then the current pulled her just beyond my reach. Well, I'd say stray midsummer kisses. Well, there's little in this life so sweet. Copper tone and pink Kool-Aid, country time, the memories fade. I'm not old yet, I'm just older. Oscar Mayer, Dairy Queen, Reggie Jackson, A&P. And how it might have been if I'd told her. Yeah, I just shrug and sigh. In a garden state of mind. So that was Musconetcong River. Let's see. Barry Kassendorf, I've met you. I would not call you old. I wouldn't. Larry, the dog isn't very loud. That's good. And everything is balanced. That's also really good. I'm happy about that. It doesn't have a whole lot, I think, to do with anything I'm doing. The mic is positioned in a certain way that it just kind of, this is where the boom was, and this is kind of where the seat got placed, and I just was not super careful about that. Yeah. So let's do another new one. The new one is this is the last book in the last notebook, the last song in the last notebook, and yeah. So I'm gonna try this one. It's it did that made you think of Harvest Moon, Jim? I'm glad it did because number one, I love that song, and number two, it's kind of a song that really inspired me to write that the way that I did. I was just kind of sitting, messing around on that opening riff that you hear, and I was not planning to write a song that day. And a couple of years ago, I wrote a draft of a song that had that line, out on the Musconetcong River, she kissed me for the first and final time, and the song never made it because the rest of it just didn't come together with it. But so I started singing that line with that little riff, and it just kind of worked. I really liked the way that it felt. So as I tend to do with these things, I sent a rough audio file of it to my friend, mentor, guide, and manager, Adam Dawson, who's awesome. And I said, just listen to this, and if it's bad, just ignore it. We'll never speak of it again. Which happens. Sometimes I'll send him songs and I'll just be like, I'm not going to even comment on this. And he said, no, that's a keeper. He really liked the Reggie Jackson reference. He was not sure if it was a reference to the baseball player or the candy bar. I am also not sure. I never kissed anybody on the Musconetcong River. So you know. So this is Eric, you asked the question, how many songs per notebook do I actually perform before an audience? It tends to depend on the notebook. Some notebooks, it'll be just page after page after page of just crap. Just bad stuff. I've got, this is notebook number 6 that I just started. In those 5 notebooks, we've got the 18 songs on the first 2 records, and then there are another between 20 to 25 that are threatening to be on the next record, but because of the pandemic, we're not making records right now. So 28 plus 23, 51. So about 10 songs per Moleskine, I guess. That seems like a lot to me. I don't think that's right, because it's just so common that I'll be flipping through the notebook and it's all bad. And then I'll go back and I'll listen to an audio file of the song and I'll be like, was this as bad as I thought? Yeah, it was really, really bad. And I say to myself, you should be ashamed that you even wrote that. Yeah, I think I do get that hard on myself from time to time. My friend Jordy Bison wants me to be less hard on myself. He says to me, the things that you say to yourself about yourself, would you say those things to another person? That woke me up a little bit. All right, let's try to play this Hey Peter song. It's about an old friend who I lost a couple years ago. Hey Peter, that's not it. Hey Peter, I can't believe it's been 4 years, an eternity, that's it, a geologic age, since I saw you. The leaves on the redbud tree, dancing the Matagorda breeze, I got so much work left to do. I doubt a day is past, I've not thought of you since I heard the news. Well, some days are hard, some are easier. Ain't that right? Ain't that right? Hey, Peter. Well, I've failed, I've made a mockery, I've taken my share of breaths away, I've seen tears in unforgiving eyes. I've forgotten the reason why and remembered it again 10,000 times. I can almost see you smile. I've crossed some mighty rivers. I know you made a crossing of your own. Yeah, there's mustard and roses in a memory. Ain't that right? Ain't that right? Hey, Peter. I can see you in a hollow south of Linville with a fiddle case and an open heart. I hope the real is sweet and never ending wherever, my friend, wherever you are. Well, the old friends, they still come around from time to time. Wild anger, fear, and nothingness, I guess just because they can. You gave names to all the demons and the angels and the in-between, where life gets lived and shells are turned to sand. Well, I might be blue, I might be whistling. Either way, I can make it rhyme. I don't know I'd be here if it weren't for you. Ain't that right? Ain't that right? Hey, Peter. Ain't that right? Ain't that right? Hey, Peter. That one didn't feel that bad to me. The name of that song is Hey Peter. That's new as of last week. So I've fulfilled my promises to y'all. I'm going to play some more songs, but I've fulfilled my promises. I promised something new, which was the harmonica, and I promised 2 new songs, and I came through on that, which is just nuts. Crazy. Crazy pants. I'm so happy that y'all have joined me for this little live stream. I've got a few more live streams this week to make up for the fact that I had 0 last week. And I sent out a email about that to my mailing list. If you are not on my mailing list, go to terrykleinmusic.com, and there's a little link right there for you to sign up for my mailing list. I send 1 email out per month, usually. Sometimes I will not send an email out if nothing's happening. Why would I waste your time if nothing is going on? What possible use would that be, given that we're all just going about our business? I mean, what would it accomplish? Nothing? Nothing. So I only send 1 a month. I try to make them entertaining. I try to make them a good read. And I think sometimes I come close to pulling it off. My mom requested the song I wrote with Jackson Emmer about job interviews. Larry Looney, thank you for that compliment. This one is also one that you and Donna enjoy, I know. I'm going to drink some water, though. You know that? Because hydration is important, as you know. Let's see. What else? Oh, the dog is back. It's just a really cute dog, though. I'd like to bring it over and just kind of have it sit here and pet it. I would like that. We have a great dog too, Maggie, as you know. Many of you have met her and been jumped on by her because she loves you so much. She loves you. She may not even know you. She may not know who you are, but you walk up to the front door and she loves you. One other thing that we should be thankful for today is in this neighborhood right now, they are running Google Fiber cable, which requires an incredible amount of cutting into very hard surfaces and really just tremendous amounts of noise. Just a lot of noise. That's not happening right now. I think that's great. I love the fact that Google Fiber is coming in. We're probably not going to get it. But other people can benefit from it. I'm 100% on board with that. I'm 100% on board with public utility infrastructure investment. Right? New Deal style government spending. I am 100% in favor of that. 100%. And if you're not, I think maybe you just don't like poor people very much. That was an opinion I did not expect to express today. I don't know why the guitar is not in a whole lot of tune right now. I'm going to try to rectify that. I'm going to play the job interview song. Maybe I'll play one more after that. Maybe I'll finish with a Hank cover that I've been messing with. And this will be another new thing. Let's see. This song is the job interview song, also called I Don't Want This. I wrote it with Jackson Emmer. It's going to be on his forthcoming release, which is coming out on October 2nd of this fine year of 2020. Go get yourself a copy. He said, tell me a little bit about yourself. I said, well, first of all, I'm sorry I'm late. Well, what are your interests? Your hobbies and such? I like spreadsheets and 12-hour days. What's your greatest weakness? I said, caring too much. He said, man, I've heard that once or twice before. I said, I'd be a great addition to your fine operation. I'm just trying to get my foot in the door. I don't want this, but I need it. One day you'll fire me, either that or I'll quit. I don't want this, but I need it. Oh. He said, tell me about this gap here on your resume. I moved to Nashville and then back again. How do you handle conflict at work? Well, when it's hairy, man, I just don't come in. And where do you see yourself 5 years from now? I'll be a Powerball millionaire. My future avocation is a lack of occupation. I'll be floating down a river somewhere. I don't want this, but I need it. One day you'll fire me, either that or I'll quit. I don't want this, but I need it. Oh. You and I are the same. Pawns in a rich man's game. Well, so I wish we'd quit pretending that I wanna be your deputy, regional assistant, manager of IT, HRQC. No, sir, not me. I don't want this, but I need it. One day you'll fire me, either that or I'll quit. I don't want this, but I need it. Oh. Well, all right. Song I wrote with Jackson Emmer called I Don't Want This. I am going to finish with a Hank Sr. song that I've been messing with. And then we're all going to go on our merry way. Thank you all so much for hanging out here with me. It's been a lot of fun for me. for bearing with me if I've talked too much, for bearing with me if I've sung too much. I was riding number 9, heading south of Carolina. Heard that long, lonesome whistle blow. I got in trouble, had to roam. I left my gal, I left my home. I heard that long, lonesome whistle blow. Just a kid acting smart, I went and broke my darling's heart. I guess I was too young to know. They took me off the Georgia main and locked me to a ball and chain. I heard that long, lonesome whistle blow. All alone I bear the shame. I'm a number, not a name. I heard that long, lonesome whistle blow. All I do is sit and cry when the evening train goes by. I heard that long, lonesome whistle blow. I'll be locked here in the shell until my body's just a cell. My hair turns whiter than snow. Never see that gal of mine. Lord, I'm in Georgia doing time. I heard that long, lonesome whistle blow. All right, here we are, and off we go. Have a really good rest of your week, and I will see you here next week at this time. And I just really appreciate y'all joining me for this. Again, be well, stay safe. Thank you so much. Take care.